From 2014, Russia has no defense and is responsible for the terrorist hit on MH17. However, the questions have not been asked which demonstrates Ukraine culpability and Washington influence. It is entirely predictable Moscow wants to spin the event domestically and internationally. What is disturbing is that commentators are so clearly uncomfortable with describing the crime and a balanced way forward. Placing Ukrainians under an illegitimate government by force of arms is not a solution to this tragedy, and it is worth considering that Russia would not have shot down a passenger jet deliberately. It is an accident, and if the Ukraine have deliberately done things to create conditions for the accident, like flying military jets with civilian identifiers or flying military close to the civilian jet, then the White House should not be able to protect them from censure. If the Ukraine considered it a war zone, they should have communicated that with the civilian airliner. On this day in 1209, a theological dispute between Christian sects led to the massacre at Béziers as part of a crusade. In 1298, William Wallace met defeat at Falkirk and lost a valuable second in charge, a Simpsonish name of Macduff. In 1587, Roanoke Island was re-established under Queen Elizabeth I. In 1706, the Kingdom of Great Britain began through an act of union between England and Scotland. In 1797, Nelson lost an arm at the Battle of Santa Cruz de Tenerife. He had ordered the surgeon to amputate, and his arm was thrown overboard despite Nelson's wish to keep it as a souvenir. Later, he would meet Emma Hamilton, and her practicality and lack of sympathy endeared Nelson. In 1894, the first ever car race was won by a 3-horsepower Peugeot engine. In 1916, the U.S. was gearing up for entry to World War I, and at a Preparedness Day event in San Francisco, 2 labor leaders left a suitcase bomb in a crowd, because even then the unions were useless. In 1934, Public Enemy No. 1 John Dillinger saw his last movie thanks to an FBI bullet. In 1937, FDR failed to load the U.S. Supreme Court with supporters. In 1942, the U.S. began petrol rationing, and the Nazis began to deport Jews from Warsaw Ghetto. In 1951, 2 dogs loyally launched into suborbital maneuvers. Most Soviet dogs survived their special missions, Laika later being an exception when launched into space without a return goal. In 1991, Jeffrey Dahmer was arrested. In 2003, Saddam Hussein's 2 sons found justice. In 2005, a reminder of how bad Blair was in government when a shoot-to-kill order was given on the wrong person, an untargeted civilian. In 2011, an idiot who wanted to join the EDL carried out 2 terrorist attacks in Norway. Norway is incapable of protecting their citizens applying law, and the terrorist is to be released in 21 years. That's it for the day. If you come by this video at a later time and you like it, Also, feel free to comment and share. Spread the love. Be well.